Oh boy. It's time, guys. This is a video I have been avoiding for weeks, and I know that I have to sit down and just film it because at this point I don't even know how to set up this video. Last year I had like a planner series, like planner setup series for 2023, and it was kicked off with like coming up with a plan for my planner. And I felt like last year I had a clearer strategy going into things because I knew I was pretty much in a classic disc bound, and I was just kind of picking, different layouts and figuring out how I wanted to assemble them and where they were going to be located around my house. I had this plan and it was so much more clear last year because I knew I wanted it to be 100% disc bound. And over the course of 2023, I've been thinking a lot about disc bound and hardbound, softbound, spiral, all the different styles of planners. And I still love disc bound. So let me say that right off the bat. But at some point in the year, and I don't know if it has to do with how I feel like my life is just always go, 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 but I've just felt like the lack of permanency in the binding of disc bound in certain areas of my life just felt like too much. Now, I love disc bound, and depending on the size of the discs and the type of punch, it's very sturdy. Pages don't fall out, but they can be a little temperamental with flipping. And I guess over the course of the year, I just was wishing that I didn't feel that in some of the things that I was writing in. I don't know if this is making sense. Let me just say, I'm not going to edit this video, and this is just going to be a conversation and some planning, and I'm going to show you all of the planners that I am considering for 2024. So this is like my brain dump space, and it's a dialogue. It's a, outward processing video. So I should have I should have said that first as a disclaimer. But going back, so I'm going to show you all the planners I'm considering and how I think I might want to use each of them. And this is not going to be my final lineup for 2024. This is me hopefully getting to a place where I can make that decision. So I should have said that first. Sorry, I didn't. In going back to the disc bound, at some point during the year, I wanted the pages to be glued in. I wanted to feel like this is going to sound weird. I wanted to feel the freedom of not changing things up all the time. And there are going to be periods in my life where I'm going to be 21, 22, 2023 Elizabeth, where I want to be able to move pages in and out, flip them around. I want to change layouts from week to week based on what I have going on that week. I like the flexibility of a disc bound system. But current Elizabeth wants that sometimes or in a specific context, and wants something permanent where I can't take the pages out, and it is a permanent log of my life in other areas. I hope that makes sense, because I was finding that with Frankenplanning and every couple of weeks changing out my weekly layouts and gluing the pages together, I ended up having just like my weeks all separated. And, if I dabbled in a different planner for a couple weeks, I didn't have everything all together. And I think because I want continuity, let's just say it that way. And by making myself use a bound book in some contexts, the continuity, I think, will be more satisfying and settling and grounding for me right now when my life feels really complicated. And so I am going to end up with multiple planners for 2024. And you might be thinking, isn't that more complicated? For me and how I work, no, I want to have different areas of my life separated. And I want the binding system to make sense to me. And I'll say another disclaimer, planning can be incredibly personal. So if you have any comments or opinions about my planning style or the conclusions I come to or my process, you know, if it's a criticism, keep it to yourself. Do not leave me a comment. That's not helpful. We all plan differently, and what will work for me may not work for you. Having said that, if you have suggestions as you're working with me through this video and you go, oh, did you consider this? That might be helpful. Please, by all means, I would love to hear what you have to say. You know, I want this to be conversational, but I also don't want anyone to feel like I'm giving you an opportunity to criticize the decisions I'm making or how I plan. So that's like a bazillion disclaimers all up front. Anyways, it's really important because all of these planners I'm considering are very different, and some are disbound and some are not. So that's why I felt like I needed to say that. So this is what we're going to do. I am going to write down what I want in a planner or planning, what I want to catalog, what I want to write down, what do I want to journal. And then I'm going to look at the different things that I have and think about how it may or may not fit into what I need for the year. So this is a practice that I highly recommend doing. If you have not done it yet for 2024, I know this video is really late in December, but if this is something that you have not done, I highly recommend it. So right off the bat, I know that I want to do hourly planning, and not for the purpose of future planning, like a future log, but for the purpose of tracking my time. So I want it to be a personal time tracker. So this is going to be personal. It really isn't for to-dos or grocery shopping lists or anything like that. But this is going to be like a personal log. And I already know, praise God, I have one thing decided. I already know that I'm going to be using this minimalist 2024 Hemlock and Oak as my personal log. So that's the only thing I am certain of. I have decided. So I want an hourly as a personal log. The question I have is, do I want that personal log to also include personal things about me? Like I want to have a period tracker, tracking my cycle, tracking intimacy, tracking health stuff. Do I want that to be part of my personal log, or do I want this hourly to really just be for time management? I'm going to write that down. Time management. Right underneath that, the other thing I know that I really want is to work on getting healthier in the new year. I have got to lose some weight. And this isn't to body shame anybody or say anything about skinny is beautiful and obesity is bad. That's not what do not hear me say that. I am overweight. I am obese. I am not as fit as I can be and as I should be. And I feel like that is part of why I am sick and I'm tired and all of these things. I just feel like if I moved my body more and if my body felt better, so many other areas of my life maybe would feel a little bit better. So, wow, we're getting real intimate here, guys. We're getting really intimate. So I really want a place to track my health and wellness. And I'm going to say fitness as well, because I feel like this pen is dying. Health, wellness, fitness. I signed up for the gym. Let me get a different pen. I have a gym membership now, and so I am going to be working out. I want to track my fitness stats. I want to track my weight. I want to track, maybe this is where I also do my Lady Biz. Oh my gosh, none of these pens. Lady Biz. Let's try a different pen. Third time's a charm. You know what always works every time? My Unipens. Every time. Okay, my Lady Biz. So maybe all of that can be all together. I know that I need a planner for work. That is, oh my gosh, you guys. I wonder it's because my office is so cold right now. That's better. This is the Uni Unipin 1. It's the short little fat, or I think it's the 1P for like petite. I know I need a work planner. And that is a planner that I use because I am hybrid. So I want to make sure I'm logging stuff at my house and then I have it in the office. So it's got to be small enough to be mobile. So I need a work planner. I want a place for like Bible study, like book study, like faith study. And that is something that would be upstairs in my bedroom. That's the other thing I did last year that I really appreciated, was I put the location that it needs to be housed. So that'll be upstairs. That will be mobile. Let's use some highlighters. Okay. Let's just grab, let's see, red, blue, yellow. I don't know how many locations I'm going to have, but yellow, blue, red. We'll start with that. Yellow, blue, and red. So the Bible study faith is going to stay, that's going to be an upstairs. That's going to be a bedroom one. Let's say that red means on the go. So we'll just say mobile. So red is mobile, blue is bedroom, and hourly, I don't know, it could be bedroom or it could be upstairs. I'm not sure yet. So the health and fitness one, I think I want it to be mobile. So when I say I want it to be mobile, that means it's going to have to be small enough for me to feel like I can take it places. And it also, if I do Frankenplan, it also will dictate whether or not it's grouped with something that needs to be in a specific place. You know what I mean? So I don't want my health, fitness, wellness stuff to be maybe in the same location as my Bible study stuff, not just because the subjects are different, but because I'm going to be storing them in different places. And when you have an upstairs, downstairs, and you have a detached office, where your planner is, where your notebook is, matters and affects whether or not you use it. If it's where you want it to be when you need it, if that makes sense. Okay. The hourly personal log time management, I kind of want that to be downstairs. Maybe we'll just say house for this one. Just say house. And that could be downstairs. So I know I want an hourly health. I want a creative journal. And that could be scripture writing. And by scripture writing, I want to do something different this year. Like, I don't want scripture writing to be part of Bible study, faith study. That's where I'm actually going to be like journaling. The creative journal, I think I want it to be more like junk journal-y. But then I want to also practice my lettering and maybe write scripture. So I'll put creative journal lettering. And that is going to be more, well, I have some options for that, but that's going to be more of like a junk journal, or excuse me, a like bullet journal, graph grade journal. That is something that would probably, let's get another thing. That is something that I kind of want to do in the house. I can do it out here in my office if I just want to be creative. I'm not confident that this is something. Oh, hold on a second, guys. My husband just brought me some food. He's going to drop it off. But remember, I said I wasn't going to edit, so. Thank you, sweetie. Did they sell the peppermint mocha?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I think.
Thanks, babe. Love you. We're going to keep going, guys. So my husband just dropped off some food, and I don't want it to get cold, so we're going to try to move quickly. So, oh, and he shut the dog in here. Oh, well, she can hang out. So, excuse me, the creative journal and lettering thing, I kind of want to be in the house, like at our dining table. The office feels very office-y, and I'm not sure that that's something I'm going to be filming. It might be something I share, like a flat lay of when it's done. I don't know if I'll share my process because I really, in 2024, really, really, really want to get back to doing things just for me. I think that's something that I've really struggled with this year. You know, managing my house and my family and EJ Joyful Plans, and missing planning and decorative planning and creating just for fun, just for me, and without it being, you know, posting by a certain time, or people haven't seen a video from me in X number of days. You know, I want to be able to do something just for me. And so the creative journal might be something that I share occasionally. All that to say, this is something that I probably would have. It could be in the house or it could be in the office. Well, I'll just put, we'll say that yellow is office or house, because I'm not sure. Or it could go either way. So creative journal and lettering. I also want to have a memory keeper for the family. And that obviously probably will be kept in the office. Unless it's something I do at the dining table. I don't know. We'll do that. What else do I want? I do want to do budget this year. Yes, budget. And I have the Calva Plan budget planner, and I'll probably get started in that. This is probably going to be office. Maybe office should be a different color. Excuse me. But I'm also kind of thinking it might be better to have this on the go, like be mobile. So I don't know. Maybe I think it needs to be bigger. I keep going back and forth with the budget. You'll see why when you see all of these planners that I have. So I do want to have budget. I really want to read more in 2024. And so I want to have some sort of book reading planner. But I am kind of a pop culture, like movies. Like I like a lot of different things, TV shows, you know. So I'm thinking it might be fun to have a journal that is a collections journal for entertainment. Okay. So I don't read enough to have a dedicated book journal. I could regret it if I do get into reading, and then I could just keep like expanding it. But I kind of feel like it'd be fun to just have like an entertainment journal tracker, and it'll be fun to set up pages too, or maybe I have like 24 and 24 books, 24 and 24 movies, 2024, you know, in 2024, like TV shows or whatever. And then it's kind of like my pop culture book. So I want an entertainment collection, like collections journal, if that makes sense. And that is something that I would probably keep in the living room, keep it in the house, downstairs. Trying to think what else. Oh, social media. I gotta figure out social media. Part of me wants to have a completely separate social media planner from everything else. The other part of me is like, oh, maybe you could, I don't know, combine it with maybe the personal log time management. Like, could those be combined? That's gonna be yellow. I'm trying to think what else. And then the question, do I want and need a catch-all, which is just for everything? Like, if I don't know where it goes in this thing. And is that where I keep family appointments? Sadie, are you okay? Hold on, guys. Let me let the dog out. Who let the dog out? I did. Here you go, sweet peanut. She was gonna get a little too restless. So let's start with this and quit yapping. Let me share with you all of the planners that I have that I am considering using for these. And I don't think we're going to come to any conclusions today. This video, I just needed to rip the Band-Aid off and start talking to you guys about 2024 planners. And, you know, is the creative journal and lettering, is that where I actually journal? I mean, do I want an actual journal? Because this personal log in time, the hourly layout, you'll see the whole day is taken up with hourly information. So there's not a lot of journaling space. Oh, the other thing I did get, I'm starting maybe it's in the 5-year journal. I will have a 5-year journal, start a 5-year journal in 2024. I picked up a Sterling ink 5-year journal on Macari that should be here soon. So I don't have that to show you, but I do want to do a 5-year journal. But is that separate than a more expanded journal? And maybe the creative journal and lettering is the journal. This is where I get overwhelmed. And I don't want to jump around all year where I'm like, I'm in this for 2 months and this for 3 months, because especially when it comes to journaling, I've been really frustrated having a bunch of different areas of my life, or the same content for my life split up in different places. And that's why I want some of these more journaly things to be in a bound book. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is just me writing down, what am I doing with my life? Now let's talk about the planners that I am considering for 2024. We got a lot going on here. So let me right off the bat say, I did pick up the November cloth and paper subscription box, and I have this spiral notebook or spiral planner that I could use for work. It's pretty easy to take to work because it's, I don't know, it's scratch resistant. I feel like I could throw it in my work bag, and in the sub box after it, or maybe was it the same box? I don't remember. I'm not subscribed to the monthly box regularly. I just, if I know that there's going to be something in the box that might be interesting, I get it. But it did have tabs, so I like that this has tabs available. So this, I am here. Why don't we, let's make some progress. I am leaning towards using the spiral for work. So spiral, question mark. That is, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so I'm going to set that guy aside. Let's talk about the hourly. This is a Levenger cover. It's softbound cover. I absolutely love this thing. It is so lovely. And it fits really well, this Hemlock and Oak minimalist planner. Let me show you this, and maybe you guys can let me know what you think about this guy being my personal log. So I like the size of this. It's an A5 size. It's very clean and simple. It's got an hourly from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. At the beginning and end of the month, you have a place where you can do a September review and an October overview, kind of leading into the, so reviewing the previous month and leading into the second month or the next month. I like that there are some guided prompts here. There's room to decorate if I want to. And so this is what I will be using for my personal log and time management. What I don't know is whether or not this should be my, I don't think it should be my catch-all. I really want this to be a personal log. But if it's a personal log, should it be, there should be more journaling space. And this does have, I actually forgot that this does have, how many pages? Like 20 pages of graph grid at the back, dotted graph grid. So this is available to me if I wanted to do creative stuff. It's a nice thicker paper. I think it's 120 GSM. Or is that 160? No, 150 GSM. So I do have some pages here in the back. And so I have this available if I want to do some extra stuff. I would love, I have never finished a planner from beginning to end. Never. Because I jump around so much, and I, you know, each week I want a different layout style to meet my needs that week. And that makes sense. It totally makes sense. But I'm in this period, ooh, sneak peek. I'm in this period where I don't want to jump around so much. It's stressing me out. So this is my hourly personal log. It's just you know, even here at the front, it's got these like planning pages. This is my favorite style of planning page. I love these because you can track so many different things in one glance. You have a full year. So I could log my period, I could log intimacy, I could log steps. So I could do health and wellness stuff here, but I don't know if that's what I want to use this for. I kind of want to keep this as a decorative and functional time management log. So this I am certain of. So I'm just going to go ahead and write down, or maybe we'll do a check mark if we are fairly certain. So we're fairly certain on that. We are fairly certain on that. Now behind this guy, I haven't talked about this at all. I have a Hobonichi Day Free. Now I purchased 2 Hobonichi Techo products this year because I wanted to try the paper. Everybody's obsessed with the paper. So when the 2024 products released, I purchased the Day Free and the Weeks. And then I discovered this whole other world in the planner community that has way more small shops that have planners that use the Tomoe River paper that have their planners in English. And so you're going to see in a couple minutes the other planners I picked up. But this is the Day Free, and it actually fits in this Levenger soft folio with the Minimalist planner. So I can put this in, and then I could slide this monthly behind it if I want, I don't know, more. It all fits perfectly. But I want to use this. I just don't know what to use it for. So I would love some suggestions for how I might be able to use the Day Free. But this is the really thin, what we call like the Bible paper, the Tomoe River paper, very thin. Yes, it's got the Japanese on it. And you've got your kind of pre-planning pages. And I do have stickers that will cover this up and give me what the days are in English. So you've got your overview of the year. And then you have your monthlies all at the front. And I wish I needed to discover the Hobonichi Techo to discover the planner community that has planners like this, if that makes sense. This is the most recognizable brand, and it kind of opened me up to these other ones because now I don't think I would ever purchase Hobonichi Techo again. I would go with these small US shops that use the same paper, but that don't use color like this, and everything is in English. So I've got this guy. Maybe I'll sell it on Mercari. I don't know. But I'm really into Mercari right now. I've made so many Mercari purchases lately. But you've got all of your monthlies. And then there are no weeklies and no dailies. It goes directly from, look, how far are we going to go? Wow, that goes all the way through March of 2025. And then the rest of this guy is just dotted graph grid paper. And the pages are numbered. So we go from, let me go back. Does it start on one? I think it starts on one. Yeah, so it starts on page 1 and it goes all the way to 171. So there are 171 just graph grid pages. You know, this you kind of got to decorate, or you can decide that this looks cool, you know, having some Japanese down at the bottom. But you're really losing a lot of premium like planning space down there. And then you've got just some miscellaneous pages back here. You've got a timetable, graph paper, favorites. You can log your favorites, top 100, and then just like tips and recipes maybe. All of this in Japanese. So I like how thin this is, and I would like to use it, but I really don't know how to use it or what, you know, I look at the categories that I want to meet, and this doesn't really meet any of my needs. So this might need to be given away or sold, because this is one that I did purchase. So I might need just to keep things simple and remove this as a contender in my lineup. Because at this point, I feel like I need to start making some real decisions. So we are decided on the minimalist. Let's move that out of the way. This is pretty much already decided, so this is an easy one. I am going to use the Happy Planner horizontal layout for Bible study, faith study. And I went ahead and put this guy on discs. This is the Flora and Fauna. Let me grab the covers here, actually, since I have them nearby. This is this planner. I think it was Flora and Fauna. It's part of like the Woodland Creatures collection. This came out in August, September. So it's a 2024 planner, and it's really nice. It's really simple and clean. I love having these pages. This could be a place where maybe I put what I want to read. Maybe if I'm doing, like, I really still want to do the Eden to Eternity Daily Grace Co. study. Maybe this is where I put out the reading plan, the pages I'm going to read. And I just think this is a really pretty planner. I like the divider colors, and I guess you can see a little sneak peek. I did decorate this first week, but it's just really pretty, and it's just lined. So there's plenty of space for me to write. It doesn't need to be functional with boxes or bullets. It's literally just a journal. And yeah, I like the Happy Planner's horizontal layout. It's just very clean and simple, and it's easy to cover up the dates if I want to do some decorative dating. So I'm pretty certain that I will be using the Happy Planner horizontal. This cover is the Kelva Plan cover, in case you're curious, or snap-on cover. So I'm thinking, so this is going to be, oh, maybe I am coming to some conclusions. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this today, but for the Faith Bible Study, I know I'm going to do disc bound. Happy Planner. So let's keep going with the planners. I have this undated Hemlock and Oak, and this is one that I would like to consider for a journaling option because it's undated. Because it's undated, I can come and go as I need to, and I don't have to feel, I mean, that's the thing with dated bound books, or if you're using them for journaling, is you kind of feel like you have to write something in every single day. And what I like about this is it's undated. So if I do this on Monday, I can have it all decorated and all filled in. And then if I don't journal on Tuesday, this doesn't say Tuesday and I missed it. If I start journaling again on Thursday, I just make this Thursday and I go from Monday to Thursday. So this, I think, is 6 months of undated weeklies undated dailies. There is a space for hourly. And I mean, looking at this now, I'm like, oh, technically I could use this as my personal log and a journal. See, this is where I get confused and I have too many options. Because this would fit in the Levenger soft folio. So this is also different from the other one in that, oh, see, what's cool about this is it's got the habit. The minimalist doesn't have the goal setting stuff, but this one does, which also makes it incredibly, this is what we need to do. Hold on. I'm going to write down the planners I want to use and see if maybe at some point I can make them make sense with this. I want to use the Hemlock and Oak undated daily. I think it has a lot of potential. I'm just not sure how it fits with what I need unless I make it my journal. And then I can ignore, if I want to, the schedule part. This could be all decorative. And then I would just journal. But that would be a lot of journaling space. And if I haven't journaled in years in the way that I'm envisioning it, this might be too much space. But anyways, this is another planner I am considering for 2024. If you want to see the Hemlock and Oak flip throughs, I do have 2 from my planner lookbook series. And after I did those 2 videos, they offered me the opportunity to be an affiliate. So I am an affiliate for them, which means I have a coupon code. So if you like the Hemlock and Oak stuff, Joyful 10, you guys, Joyful 10. Let's keep going with the planners that I have that I'm looking at. Actually, let's close the loop on Hemlock and Oak. I purchased the graph notebook, and I kind of want to use this as my creative journal, because I've really been liking the aesthetic of graph grid over dot grid. I don't know what it is. It does something to me. So I want to use this, and how many pages? There's 160 pages. The pages are numbered. That's something I really, really like, especially if I'm going to use something like this for like a collection, my entertainment collections book. I can create an index at the front and then have page numbers for them, or a table of contents, I guess you could say, for the front. So this is a real contender for either my entertainment collections journal. This would be Hemlock and Oak graph, or my creative journal and lettering. H&L. I'm kind of leaning towards, like, this could be really cool for a book journal. I'm trying to picture like it looking all academia, you know, academic. What's that style? Dark academia. I don't know. I shouldn't say things I don't understand. But I just could see this being a really fun take on a bullet journal, having like, oh, like the movies I've watched and the places I've visited, maybe new restaurants. Like I want this to, you know, I want like a good collections book. So maybe the Hemlock and Oak is my collections. I'm kind of leaning, I've kind of decided, like I can feel myself like, and I just think this is really pretty. Unless I want something bigger, like an 8x8. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. So maybe this is for my collections. Okay. This is where Elizabeth gets a little overwhelmed. Are you ready for this? So, and ignore the cover because it's gotten a little schmutzy. So, along the lines of the Tomoe River paper journal situation, I have 3 here of U.S. made, designed, not made, designed. The shops are U.S. shops. Everything's in English. And I have 3 different sizes of a very similar aesthetic. And this is where I start to get a little bit confused. So let me start with this one. This is the Sweet Freckled Designs. It's the OG weekly diary. And this one I would say is pretty close to, let's pretend this is the weeks. It's not the weeks, but it's barely bigger than the Hobonichi weeks. I think it's the same kind of paper. It's pretty darn thin, but Sweet Freckled Designs, and it's an undated, it's got monthlies. So this is the monthly. And then it's got the weeklies that look like this, very much like a Hobo Weeks, where you've got the grid on the right, and then you've got your days here, your week here. And then the whole second half of it is just grid paper. And it's giving me creative vibes. I really like it. There aren't numbers in the corners, but that might be okay. But I really like this size. I think it seems well made and flexible, and it fits in this traveler's notebook size. I think I have a, hold on a second. I'm pretty sure I have a Hobo Weeks Moterm size, and I would think that this fits. But this is the weekly diary, and I'm leaning towards this being for health and wellness because it's small enough that I can take it to the gym. It just seems like it could be an easy thing to populate and to keep up with, because I can put food here. I could put fitness stats for each day. If I hear an inspirational quote or something, or I'm feeling some way, I could journal about that thing here, and I could still decorate it if I want to. And it's just a nice size. So, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards for fitness. But let me show you some other options. I also have the Sterling Ink Compact Full Year in the B6 size, and I got some stuff on it, so ignore that. This is a Lauren Phelps Designs lined floral cover. And this, oh my gosh, this planner is so pretty. So it's that nice, really thin paper that is new to me, but I kind of went gung-ho over the last couple of months. But this planner is so pretty. I have to use it. I just don't know in what context is going to be best. So it's the B6 Compact Full Year. It's just so delicate and it kind of scares me, but it's so pretty. So there's your full year. You've got some blank pages here, and then you go into your goal breakdown. Now, what I like about this one that could make it good for fitness, health and fitness, is it has those introductory pages at the front for goals. So you've got your goals you can put here, and then breaking it down someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. And I think that could be really good because I am specifically, when it comes to my health, specifically thinking about weight loss. And so breaking it down into bite-sized chunks could be really good. Then you have your priorities for Q1. So January, February, and March. And you can kind of break it down like, what's my goal for January, February, March? And it could be a number on the scale, or it could be a certain pair of pants fitting me just a little bit better, or walking a certain distance and not getting as winded. So you got your priorities, and then you have your vertical monthlies here for setting up your priorities. And this could be a really good place to mark the goal deadlines, or it could be where I log my period. I know I keep talking about that, but it's kind of a big deal. But yeah, I could do period tracking here. I could do step count tracking here. Here is Q2. So again, I could do anything I want to track daily, I could put here. And then here is Q3 and Q4. And then you have your monthlies all together. And this is probably where I would do a tracker as well, do tracking. When it comes to health and fitness, I am highly motivated by seeing numbers change, whether that's a measurement or a scale, or even ramping up from 5 minutes of walking to 10 minutes. I'm motivated by numbers and data. And so I would probably use this for data as well. I think I'm kind of talking myself into this one for fitness, which is insanity because it's an hourly. This is an hourly layout. And I don't know that I need this layout. I want the pages at the front, but I don't need this hourly layout. So I'm kind of, I'm stumped with this one. Let's go to the back and see. Yeah, and then having these extra pages at the back is so nice because I can make some like fun tracker pages here. Or I could throw down stickers that inspire me here. So there's, how many pages? 120 extra pages here in the back. So I am tempted. This is what I wish. I wish that this had the pages at the front in this so that I could, here have like all those monthly pages or goal setting pages. Because this one doesn't have it, I would need to do that here in the notes section and make custom trackers, which I can do, but it'd be kind of nice if they were at the front. So that's kind of my dilemma. I want the front pages for health wellness, but I kind of like the size and the weekly layout of this one. So I'm going to write down here that I like the B6 from Sterling Ink, the front pages. But I like the weekly Sweet Freckle Designs for the weeklies. For fitness wellness. See how this is so overwhelming? Somebody solved this puzzle for me. So that's these two. That doesn't even touch the surface because I also have this one. This is a traveler's notebook size. And this is the standard traveler size from Lauren Phelps Designs. And this is also her cover. I really like this one because it's got an open front and it's got additional little slots here for, I don't know, journaling cards or whatever. And this is the same as the Sweet Freckle Designs one, the burgundy one, but it's just bigger. You have your monthlies, undated, and then all you have is a bazillion pages of graph grid. So this essentially is an undated version of the Hobonichi Techo. It's a day free. There's no days in it. It's just the monthly layout plus notes. And this fits perfectly in this traveler's notebook size Moterm cover. So, that is what I also want to do is the traveler's notebook. The traveler's notebook standard. And that's Lauren Phelps Designs. Okay, so that is an overview. Wait, but we're not done yet. That's an overview of the planners that are like this kind of soft bound style that I want to use, and I'm trying to figure out how and where. Maybe one of these becomes budget. Like this could be budget if I needed a budget on the go, because I could on the weeklies kind of ignore the hourly and just put purchases maybe. And then the monthlies could have purchases in them. I don't know. So, I mean, maybe that's a contender for budget because this is something that's small enough to fit in my purse. I would like to be able to travel with some things, so I want them to be smaller. But I don't want to have multiple planners in my purse either. So anyways, let's set that aside. Now, I have the Hobonichi Weeks. I don't know where it is. This is a Hobo Weeks size planner that I found for under $10 on Amazon. And it is not the Tomoe River paper, but it is the Weeks size and is in English and has a lot of the same elements. So you've got your monthlies at the front. This I showed in my planner lookbook series. So if you want to see more planners from Amazon, you'll see this guy in there in that video. But this is what the weeklies look like. And it's kind of a cream colored paper. You've got your Monday through Sunday and then your graph grid for the whole thing. This is a hardbound fabric cover and it seems pretty mobile. This is also one that could be good for taking to the gym. But I really like the idea of using one of those for fitness wellness. But this is also an option. We're going through all the planners, guys. Okay, so 3 more to show you, and then we're gonna conclude with no final decisions being made, sort of. I have 2 Laurel Denise planners. I have the project planner, which is her full size project edition, and then I have the mini. Excuse me, guys. Let me take a sip of water. Then I have the mini horizontal weekly edition. This guy is mini, but because it's landscape mode, it gets pretty long. I love that it comes with note bookmarks, and this is the first time I've had a dated planner from her, but you've got your overview for the whole year, a place for goals and things to remember. You've got your holidays. Oh, my battery is wanting to die. Okay, let's come back. So actually, let me plug you guys in. So we've got goals, things to remember for the full year, special dates and events here. And then this is what it looks like. You've got a really petite monthly. Like, I mean, you'd have to write pretty small to use this, or maybe use dot pens and have some sort of like index over here. But you've got a small monthly, and then your weeklies are horizontal, and they're these little baby pages right in the middle, so that you can view your monthly and your weeks at the same, like in the same shot. And it's a really clever planner, but it takes a lot of space. Now it is a spiral, or twin loop, so you can fold it upon itself really easily. And I do like that about the Laurel Denise planners. So you've got places for maybe appointments, events, maybe meal planning, and then all the things you need to get done, like a master list for the week. However you want to use these columns, you can use them. And then on the back, at the end of the month, you also have 5 different spots for habit trackers. So you can track 5 habits here. You've got open dot grid here that you can decorate or journal, whatever the case may be, and then more space for to-dos. So that is the horizontal. And at the very back, let's go to the notes section, so you can see what that looks like. We have an overview of 2025, so you can plan ahead. You have yearly wins and yearly lessons, and then just some graph grid pages, followed by dot grid pages. And then you have some kind of currentlies for the year, books I'm reading, things I'm listening to, moments, gratitude, hopeful for, excited for, ways I'm moving my body, and hobbies. And then the front and back cover have these pockets. So I have, and then there's two bookmarks. You are here. You are also here. So these kind of pop out and you can put them wherever you need them to go. So I like this and I want to use it, but I don't know how. So again, going to the Laurel Denise on this list, the mini, and these are ones that I bought, and so I want to use them, right? It's just figuring out, I bought them without a strategy for them. This one I had a little bit of a strategy. The project edition is way thin because it doesn't have weeklies in it. This I thought could be really good for social media. But again, big footprint, comes with the 2 bookmarks, which is nice. This is all the same as the small one, so I'm not going to show you that again. But let me show you how basic this is. Here is your monthly. It is the full size monthly. And then 1 page, literally 1 page until we get, then it takes us to February, 1 page, and you have 4 big columns. And you can have different subjects up at the top. It's like 4 big buckets for projects. And I thought that this could be really, really handy for tracking content because I can draw a line across it and put all the different phases that a piece of content might go into. So I need to create it or film, edit, take a picture, thumbnail, all the different steps it takes to go from filming to you watching it on YouTube. It takes like 6 or 7 steps. It's a big process. And so I was thinking I could create the different categories, and then for the content each month, I could write it on a little sticky note, what the content is, and I could move that sticky note. I think it's called the Kanban method? But it's a method of kind of just moving the little sticky notes into the different buckets as you go. So that is what I was thinking could be nice for social media. It is a behemoth when it is just open. So this is definitely a planner that I would want to work at one side at a time and then, work out my content that way. So I'm leaning towards this for social media. I kind of wish there was one more page a part of this monthly, but if you go back to the notes section, you've got the plan ahead, your yearly wins and lessons, and then there are big pages back here. So if I wanted to create like a tracker for followers or subscribers, I could do that in one of these back pages and keep it here for the year. So I am leaning towards using this for social media. And so I'm going to put this as Laurel Denise ? I'm kind of certain about that, kind of not, I'm not sure. Budget, I was thinking, was the Kelva plan, but I was also thinking one of these small guys could work. Maybe the Traveler's Notebook could work for budget. I don't know. Memory Keeper. Oh, wait, let me finish showing you the last planner that I have as a potential catch-all if I want to have a catch-all. And that is this guy. Now, I would make several changes to this, but this is the Kelva plan dashboard planner, and I really like how she did the dashboard. I like to decorate. This is still too decorative for me, so I probably make some changes to it. But this is the dashboard. Days of the week over here, totally open on the left. And for me, this is like endless possibilities. I am trying to decide between this and continuing on in the teacher planner that I've been using, which is, I don't remember what this planner, because I changed the cover out. I don't remember what this was, but I really do. And then I changed out the dividers as well. But it is it's the teacher layout. And I find it really helpful for, separating different areas of my life. And I could see this being a really good catch-all. So I'm kind of on the fence between the Happy Planners teacher layout and the Calvo Plan dashboard layout. That is what I have not decided on. So maybe actually what I would do is, do I need a catch-all? If all of these different things are, like, where am I logging family stuff, you know? I'm just going to write catch-all. And this could be the Calvo Plan dash or the Happy Planner teacher layout. And actually what I would do with the teacher layout is if I have monthlies, maybe from the Happy Plans and Notes, I would take, or not monthlies from the Happy Plans and Notes, I would take the monthly layout. If I have some old monthly layout ones, that have the monthly dashboard at the front, it's actually the monthly layout. I would probably Franken-plan a little bit, taking the monthly pages from the monthly layout and adding it to the teacher planner. That, or I know that there's a productivity planner. I don't know if I have that or not, but there are kind of like the Girl with Goals intro pages at the front of each month. That might be something that I can Franken-plan with this. So Cope Dash or the HB Teacher plus monthly overview pages is what I'm thinking. Overview. The one thing I haven't accounted for yet that I would like to have just because I enjoy using it, that is the half letter, the Jane's Agenda half letter. But I'm not sure what I would use it for. So that is what I'm thinking for the catch-all. We wrote down the Jane's Agenda half letter. I just remembered Memory Keeper. Let me talk to you about the Memory Keeper. Now, I go back and forth with memory keeping because I like the idea, again, of having a bound thing so I can hand over a book to Esther when all is said and done. But honestly, Happy Planner killed it with their release this winter. HP. They just killed it with the aesthetic of this. I like how easy it is, how many empty spaces there are. And it is helpful to have the pages be able to come in and out. I also picked up I purchased their protector sheets that also came in the winter release, the snap-in protectors. I bought some of those so I can put maybe some of her things from daycare and when she's in school, I can collect those things and add them to this. So I'm pretty certain that I want this to be by Memory Keeper. I really should say Esther's book, because in some ways, my Memory Keeper for me might be more of a journal, like a bound journal, maybe like this creative journal or this guy here. So this is different, a different type of memory keeping. See how I'm kind of all over the place? I want a memory keeper that's like a photo album for Esther, but then I want a memory keeper that is decorative and creative and has my journaling things in it. So that probably would end up in a bound book. So we have some disbound. Definitely Happy Planner will be in my lineup for 2024. It's just figuring out how all of these things are going to work together. So I know that this was a really long video, but I've been putting it off, and I really needed to just sit down out here and outwardly process. And some people might not love these sorts of videos, but if it is helpful to you, then I'm happy to share kind of what, I don't know, where I'm at, what I'm struggling with, all of the planners that I have, the decision fatigue that I have. It really is a blessing to be able to play with all of these planners and to try different things. And I'm really thankful for the opportunity. And I love having a planner account on YouTube and Instagram. But it does yield some paralysis at the end of the year when I think about what's next and what's going to, like, really, social media aside, what actually is going to help me live a more organized and memorialized life. And I have to make that decision based off of me and my life, not based on what people want to see on social media. So I have to think about all of these things. So there is just me, I don't know, me figuring things out. I was at some point, soon I hope, will finalize my planner lineup and I will share that with you. But I have to get through this. I got to get through the mess before I can get to the fun. And I thought maybe you'd like to sit in the mess with me. If you want to hang out with me over on Instagram, my handle is ejjoyful_plans. And if you want to see what I end up using in 2024, please consider subscribing to my channel. Let me know down below what you think. Be kind, as always. You guys are generally pretty kind. I appreciate you. But be kind. If you're seeing something here that I'm not seeing, or if I missed something that I'm not seeing, will you please let me know? Leave me a comment. Yeah, really curious what you guys think about my process. So, yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Until next time, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.